Today, on today's lesson, we have an actual resume. Yes, it's by an American. It's my resume. Except, well, I've changed a few things to protect some stuff. But clearly it is me. Otakus. Otakus for otakus. I do not live on Main Street. Sorry. Or Townville. I do live in PA. In the middle of nowhere. Yes. And obviously that's not my phone number. Narrowgate@tutanota.com is one of my emails if you happen to use it. I don't check it very regularly. Because nobody other than the email thing and like maybe one spammer emails me, so that's why. Let's get on with it though. But basically this is a decent design. You have your name up top, you have your location and your contact information. Then what you do, you could also have like, what are you looking for? Like I want a job in YouTube, on YouTube. I want to work for otakus. Anything like that. Then the education section, I decided to just put that's in bold and underlined. And then Townville University, Townville, PA. And basically, I just chose to use like a different font style to separate where the actual university was located versus the name of the university. And then underneath it, I have what I did. And then over here is the years I attended. I attended from, 1887 to 1888. And I received a Bachelor of Arts degree in English Literature, including classes on teaching. So yes, I have a Bachelor of Arts degree in English Literature, including classes on teaching. Or that included classes on teaching. And then employment. Yay! Acme ABC Pharmacy. My position was a pharmacy tech. And count and verify prescriptions, customer service. Actually, this is really sad. I'll be honest with you. I should have went in way more detail. So, let's see what we can do. There's, I also could have went in here and utilized multiple databases. Because basically that's what I did. And another thing you could do is inventory control. Obviously, I don't know if you've noticed, but I didn't spend that much time on updating this part of my resume. I look at it, I really need to go back and fix that. But yeah, it's not like the core of what the jobs that I was applying for. And if I really, now that I think about it, I really should do a little bit more with it. But, well, in the point of a resume, whether it's in English or any language, is to try to maximize your odds of getting a job. So basically, you have to oversell yourself, and you don't ever want to undersell yourself. But I applied to so many jobs and done so many resumes over the years that I just got lazy at times. Sorry. Acme ABC Education, daily substitute elementary school teacher. So yeah, I worked in a elementary school permanently for like a part of a year. Group instruction, individual instruction, classroom management, instruct science, math, and English classes, assist in grading, and utilizing Google Classroom. Which classroom management, crowd control, all sorts of things like that. Acme contract transferred. I basically I worked at a government job for a really long time, and unfortunately that's where I put a lot of the effort in because I was there for like 13 years. So I'll read this to you. Cleared one of the highest U.S. government background investigations, including a drug test. Data entry, protection, and analyzing. Data entry, protection, and analyzing. Communicating and condensing large amounts of information for later review. Utilizing Word, Excel, and Outlook. Remote work without supervision. Adjusting to frequent process changes. Working 60-hour weeks as needed. Reasoning, office automation, oral communication, written communication. Assisting in organizing customer service and analytical skills. Training employees according to OPM or government standards. Auditing work to ensure quality control. Designing training materials. Editing company newsletter. Writing for company newsletter. Now, you may have noticed there's a trend that you don't really have to write full sentences. You're just kind of writing bulletin points. You can kind of get into a little bit more details if you have less things you want to put in there, because sometimes it depends on the resume and the job you're applying for. Some places will look at lengthy resumes, but in all honesty, most of the time it is the computer that sees the resume. So what you're trying to do is have enough bulletin points in there that the algorithm will notice what you wrote and say that you're qualified or not for the position. And then a human will finally look at your resume. At least that's what's been happening a lot in modern times. Now, Townville marked various positions, and all I put there was training experience. And if I'm going to go do this, I also had sales experience, inventory experience, more customer service experience, processing claims, stocking inventory. So basically, you want to make your resume as padded as possible without lying. Some people lie, and I just don't recommend that. Townville Station, department manager, training experience, processing reports and invoices. Townville Industries, manufacturing. I was a production operator and assembly team lead, training a diverse group of employees, inventory control, quality control, and project scheduling. Now, if you happen to have any experience with a diverse group of people, I suggest you put it on your resume, because nowadays it really helps. Volunteer work. Also, people like the fact that you're willing to give freely of your time. So I worked for the Townville Gym. I coached flag football and soccer for the ages of 9 to 12. Probably a little wider gap than that too. And then for the Townville Youth Soccer Association, I coached soccer for the ages of 5 to 6. Roughly. I can't really remember how many ages I've coached, but it was a lot. And then skills for self-improvement. So if you're self-teaching or any type of self-learning, I would put it under here. And studying Japanese and Spanish, I'm solo learning via Duolingo, Human Japanese and YouTube, creative writing, self-published a poetry collection and fiction book, utilizing Word, Google Docs, and Office Libre. Basically, any kind of skills you taught yourself also, you want to put in there somewhere. So yeah, that is my resume, as sad as it is. Yes. And I didn't put, and spends his free time teaching ESL on YouTube. Maybe I should have did a little bit more with that. Well, thank you for watching. You have a great day. And trust Jesus, and not people who talk in crazy British voices that aren't British.